Hi guys, it's Monique from earlylearningmom.com. I am so sorry it has been such a long time since my last update, but there have been some really awesome kind of blessings in my life. And I am starting to also realize that I think I mentioned this in past blogs, that I tend to overload myself with things, and I've kind of been paring down on things. And for a short period of time, the last couple months, YouTube was something I was kind of paring down. Not that I didn't want to continue doing these videos, because I am going to continue doing them, because I think sharing our journey is super important. But I needed to take a break so I can go through things in life and decide what I needed to let go and what I needed to enlist help for, and just kind of look at things that way. And I realized when it came to our program, over the last while, I've been trying different forms of logging how we do things. So I had, like, for a while I was spending a lot of time making these planners, and with the pages, with our programs broken down into it, and I'd go in and I'd check everything off. But then I discovered if I missed a day or two, the empty pages bothered me. And I couldn't pull them out because it was all dated and everything. And so I realized that was too constricting. So then what I started doing was I got individual, not individual, like one of those calendar day planners from the dollar store, and I would just write down what we were doing. But that wasn't inspiring, and the same thing would happen. If I missed several days, I felt like a failure, and I didn't like looking at the book. And then I wouldn't log what we were doing, and it just wasn't working out really well. So what I decided to do was I was going to make this massive poster with these little circular like die cuts of cardstock that I was going to laminate, and I put stickers on them of different characters, and I got Velcro, and we were gonna put up these little icons after we finished each activity, which sounds awesome. But I realized I'm not a Pinterest mom. And I realized that the planning process of this was getting in the way of me actually doing our program. So I put that aside and I tried something different. And what I did was I just typed out what I wanted to do. I went through and I thought about putting times, but then I realized if I put times down and we had a late start, or I had a hiccup, I had a sick daycare kid that needed to be picked up and it interfered with our program, that would bother me. So I just numbered it, and I'm flexible with it. And we go down the list, and let's say we get to crawling, and I know I'm going to have a drop off fairly soon. I'll skip crawling because I don't want to be interrupted in the middle of crawling, and we'll move down to the next thing, and we'll come back to it when I know we're going to have a solid period of time in order to do it. And this has been really successful. It has been really helpful, and it has also prevented arguments with Z, like not wanting to do it, because I'm just like, oh, it's on your list. What's next on your list? Okay, let's get it done. Well, we've got to do it. And he's been surprisingly super cooperative. The other thing I have, so I tape this on the fridge. So it's just there, and we cross things off as we go along. The other thing, I didn't make this. I have it, it's from Clean Mama Printable. And I just took this, and it's supposed to be a Monday through kind of Saturday kind of thing. I scribbled that off. It's a daily thing for us. I marked down how much creeping, how much crawling, how many monkey bars, our brachiation ladder, our math facts, our vocabulary cards, our homemade books, hanging, masks, listening therapy, the whole rigmarole, and we cross things off as we do them. I'm a checklist kind of person, so to me this is really inspiring. When I see that, we've done a lot and we just need to cross off a few more things, I am super motivated to keep going. And what's beautiful about this is they're both taped on the fridge, and afterwards I pull them down, I hole punch them, and I stick them in a binder. And what I'm going to do with all of these is have a record of our program for our next visit, and that way we can see what we've done, what's worked. I can make little side notes here that, like, if we were at the chiropractor, if we had our tutor here, I can just make notes that, we started something new, a new vitamin, if I made a particular juice for him, a recipe, if he took a nap, which he doesn't usually do, but let's say he does, I mark it down so I can keep track of things. So for me, this has been an ultimate blessing. Another thing that has been a blessing that has helped us the last few weeks is enlisting help. And letting some things go. So that being said, I sat down to film this video and I noticed there's a bunch of fingerprints on my wall. And I thought about grabbing a cloth, wiping it down, but I thought I only have a few minutes to film this. Those fingerprints are not hurting anybody, and I will ask one of my big kids to clean it up tonight. And so I'll just mark it on their list. And I keep another, like an actual weekly one like this on the fridge with different things in it, obviously for my oldest son, because I realize that my 14-year-old should be helping around the house more. And just by having him do a few little things like starting a load of laundry for me in the morning, starting another load of laundry for me when he gets home from school, and bringing up laundry for me and rotating through stuff like that has been super helpful. Having him do the supper dishes is super helpful. Like things that didn't take me that long to do, but they were just another thing I had to do. Taking out the garbage every night before bed, sweeping the kitchen floor, just simple things that take him a couple of minutes. And I tend to be, I don't know, I look at my kids and I'm like, they've had a hard day at school, but I realize I should be giving them more responsibilities, and I'm doing them in service by not giving them those responsibilities. And I'm also doing myself an in service by putting way too much on my plate. So that has been super helpful to me. And yeah, so I just wanted to come here, share that. We have some exciting news. We actually have a couple of things actually that have kind of fallen in our lap and have been major blessings, and I'm going to share about them in separate videos. But today I just wanted to kind of do an update with our Doman program. And since following this, we have actually been able for the last 5 days to get his 50 masks in. I'd say about three of those days we got all 50 masks done before 3 o'clock. There was one day we had a late start, and another day he ended up passing out and taking a nap. And I think we were done masks by like 5 o'clock, where before we weren't getting that done. So programming the masks into our day, and then programming times where, like, while I'm making lunch, I just set a timer and we just pump through a few masks. After we've done a bunch of our programs, I just pump through a few masks. So that has been awesome. And I'm sure we're going to start seeing some real benefits from that. I'm already noticing he's considerably calmer since we're making that top priority. So anyhow, I've talked long enough. I once again apologize for being away. Stay tuned. I am hoping to get a couple videos a week going again. And stay tuned to find out what kind of exciting news we have to share. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out my blog at www.earlylearningmom.com. We'll talk to you next time.